rope to his feet. For the rest of his life, whether it's a pair of reins or it's a halter rope, it hooks to his feet. So right now, I start hooking that thing to his feet. See right here, it's leaving, so just let it wear that for a sec. It's getting used to wearing that. That's what As fall time approaches, people are starting to work with their young horses that have been weaned and their foals, and they're starting to get them halter broke. And so we want to just take a minute to walk you through the process we use to make it the most stress-free experience it can be for those young horses. We like to start off with getting those little horses as gentle as we can before we catch them. And so sometimes we'll use a pole and start touching them with that, and then work our way down that pole till we got our actual hands on them. And it sure helps the horse not get so scared when we do catch them and put a rope on them. As you can see here, we like to use a lariat rope with a knot in it. That knot stops the rope from ever tightening around the little horse's neck and choking him. We sure don't want to do that. So we start off with the rope around his neck instead of just hooking the rope to the halter in the beginning period. We find that it's a lot safer, and it allows the horse to turn, and it stops the horse from tipping over quite so easily. So we're trying our hardest to keep this horse as safe as we can and make this the absolute best experience we can for the little horse. As you can see here now, we've transitioned from the lariat around the neck to a halter and about a 12-foot rope. Now, the important part to understand is, as you can see, I don't pull straight up on that little horse and try to lead it straight forward. What I do try to do is get his hindquarters in gear. So we need to understand that the hindquarters is what drives the horse. That's what starts him, and that's what stops him. So in the beginning, instead of trying to pull straight up and lead him, we need to get those hindquarters stepping across and get them in motion, and then draw on the little horse and take him somewhere. So the more you can pet on these horses, the more they kind of want to go with you when you leave. So as you can see here, I step around this little horse and get his hindquarters in gear. As they step over here, then he's there, starts from behind and pushes himself on. And so right here, when he's kind of not sure to come on, instead of pulling straight up on that, I just reassure him, hey, I'm a good guy, you probably want to be with me. And I'll pet on him a sec. And when I start again, I'm going to step back and get those hindquarters to start. We believe that the halter breaking process is probably the most important thing you'll do with your horse, because it sets him up for the rest of his life. So just a little recap on this video is, the first thing you want to do is get those horses gentle. You can start with the pole and get them kind of gentle before they end up with the rope on them and get afraid. When you do use rope, you use a soft lariat with a knot. Then you transition to your halter and your lead rope. Things to remember: he drives from behind. So he starts behind and he stops behind. You don't pull straight up on the rope in the beginning until the horse learns how to get ready and start from behind. Then you could start to take a hold of him when you're more in front of him. Until you can do that and he learns to come up off of that, you wouldn't tie the horse. Once he gets better about that, you might consider tying him. Tying the colt is a ways down the road.